It is America's Game of the Week, and a lot on the line from Southern California here in Inglewood as the Lions visit the Rams. We can't wait to get started. We welcome you to the broadcast booth. Along with Tom Brady, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Tom, you look at this from an offensive standpoint. The Lions, the #1 scoring team in the league. The Rams are #4. There are superstars all over the field. We can have an old-fashioned shootout, my friend.
I'm so excited to be here today calling this game. Two of my favorite offenses in the NFL. Both quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, playing at an elite level. They're in total control. They can be efficient. They can be explosive. They got run games. They got pass games. Neither of them turn the ball over. This is just awesome football. I think one advantage the Rams do have today is the use of the tight end groupings. When they put 3 tight ends on the field, it really simplifies the Lions' defensive coverages, allows McVay and Stafford to really dial in some perfect plays. That could be the difference today. So if you love football, if you love offense like I do, being here today at SoFi, there's no place I'd rather be.
We should see a lot of that today, but the Lions, look, they're in good position, but they're looking for some consistency, aren't they, Tom Rinaldi?
They are, KB. Urgency and injury, those have to be the headlines for Detroit. We have to find a way to stack wins, and we need to play better than we did against Dallas to beat this team. That's what Dan Campbell told us, adding, we know it's not going to be easy. Making it harder, those injuries at the tight end position, and in particular in the defensive secondary. That's where the Lions are missing 3 of their starting safeties, including Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. They'll have to rely on the Legion of whom defensive unit, so-called by Kelvin Shepard, their defensive coordinator. As Campbell told us, we need those guys to step up in critical areas, and we need to find an upward trajectory right now. Big challenge against Stafford and the boys, guys.
Yeah, it certainly is, and you see what's on the line for the Lions today. Look, if they control their destiny, if they win out, they're in the playoffs, but you see what today does. A win, their probability of making it goes to 73%. If they lose, it drops all the way to 40. So a big game for both, certainly maybe bigger for Detroit. Rams win, they clinch a playoff spot, and here we go from Inglewood. Lions will get it first, and they will come all the way out to their 35-yard line as the Rams deferred. And so we get to see Jared Goff back in the place he started his career. Now actually been with the Lions for longer than he was with the Rams.
Yeah, just having in another elite season, he's really kind of leading this balanced, efficient, explosive offense, and they maintain their aggressiveness without really sacrificing protection of the football. You saw his stats right there. Jared's just got great field vision, processes information very quickly, and he's always looking to get his team into the perfect play.
Back from the 35 as we say good afternoon to Aaron Andrews.
Hi, Kev. And there are the Rams that are having so much fun. That's what I heard from players this week. And we even heard their head coach, Sean McVay, just talk about how enjoyable this season has been. He said their urgency, their preparation, and their courage to cut it loose. He's loved that, and he's going to stress that the remainder of the regular season. I'll tell you who he doesn't want to see cut it loose today. These explosive weapons on Detroit's offense, and he pointed out Jahmyr Gibbs. I was cracking up when you guys said he was so fun to watch. Sean McVay said he's an absolute nightmare. He's stressed to his defense, population of the football. You think you're there? Take one step closer. He said this guy is an absolute freak show.
He is. That a lot of the explosive plays, right? I mean, we know that that's what they did under Ben Johnson, and with all these superstars and their speed. Well, first 9 weeks, they just weren't having the same results. 22nd in the NFL. So Campbell took over the role, and you know what? It's worked. I mean, what they've done is their offense has transformed, and they look like the old Lions. 43 explosives. That's the most in the league the last 5 games since he's been doing it. And Jameson Williams has come to life, as you said. That's been a big part of this. We've got a game break. Let's say hello to Carissa Thompson.
Hello, Kevin. In a stacked NFC West, Niners looking to keep pace. Christian McCaffrey takes this one up the middle. Niners up 14-3, and Seahawks Colts are tied at 3. Kev?
Yeah, from the greatest show on turf in St. Louis to this is a heck of a show, too, in Southern California. I can tell you that. The Rams, the #1 seed in the NFC going into today, trying to stay right there. And the Lions had a little bit up and down season. They're still right in prime position. They control their own playoff destiny. And a win today would greatly help their chances. Another nice drive. They go up on the short field goal by Bates. there for the Rams. Well, you go back to 2021, right? And you wonder sometimes you make a trade, how's it work out? Well, this is a rare trade that's worked out great for both teams, right? Obviously, Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford, the headliners, traded for each other. And look, I think each team would sign up for what they've gotten. Obviously, Stafford led the Rams to a Super Bowl championship, 3 playoff appearances. Not only has Goff been great in Detroit, look what they turned the draft picks into. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, and Sam Laporta. And it's been the best run in Lions history with Goff playing the best ball of his career. So it's a rare trade that has been really just sensational for both teams.
Week 15 continues tonight with Sunday Night Football as the Vikings face the Cowboys on NBC and concludes with Monday Night Football as the Dolphins square up against the Steelers on ESPN. Then, Week 16 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
I asked Puka Nacua what it's like to have this connection with Matthew Stafford. He said it's so fun because his consistency allows for comfort. He said it's like a trail of light or energy when I'm out there running on the field. We just find each other. The ball ends up coming, and it's exactly where we need it to be. Also said they don't pay Matthew Stafford enough for some of those throws, guys.
Player Spotlight brought to you by Targets. That would be one. Jahmyr Gibbs. 47 career touchdowns, tied for the most through the first 3 seasons in NFL history. It just happens that he's tied with former Lion great Barry Sanders. But what a start to this young man's career. Coming off another ridiculous game. 13 rushing touchdowns this year, 3 receiving. First half, Lions have the ball. They're up 3:09 to go. Welcome to the broadcast booth here on the line. We've seen their explosiveness, but you talk about without Sam Laporta, you're kind of waiting for one extra. They need one extra guy to really take them to another level.
They've got Jameson Williams and St. Brown. They got Gibbs, Montgomery. But outside of those guys, they need somebody to take some pressure off this offense, whether it's Tesla, whether it's Raymond. They're not getting it from the tight end groupings. Someone's got to step up.
And drills it up and through. So the Rams, not much time left, but they go right down the field. The big play to Nacua, and the field goal is good. 518 total yards, the most yards in any half of any game this year. Huh? The first half stats brought to you by Taco Bell. There's some action. We said it would be a shootout. TV, it's been a shootout, and gosh, has it been fun as we go to the break. And it is a 24-17 Lions lead. The Rams get it first. Aiden Hutchinson with a big play, a 58-yard interception return, and we are off and running from then. Puka Nacua, Amon-Ra St. Brown have been big, but the Lions have the lead. After the break, the Verizon Halftime Show coming your way next. Lions visit the Rams. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson, what a play! Out of the Lions, strike first, touchdown Los Angeles.
What a throw, what a catch.
Spins his way to the end zone.
And there they are, off to the races.
That's today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. 24-17 Lions over the Rams. Rams get it, start the third. Oh, we're very excited. It's been exciting. You love it. 518 yards of total offense. So here's my question. I know you're loving the precision of the offense. If you're a defensive coordinator, what in the world are you saying to your guys at the half?
There's not a lot of positives to take from the defenses. In this halftime adjustments, what do? You just try to say, got to limit the explosives, and then when they do get the ball to the red area, we got to tighten up the defense. Play super physical, get on these receivers, make it very tough. But the challenge is both these offenses are moving the ball. Like you said, over 500 yards combined in offenses. Only thing you can do to slow them down is tighten up red area. And if you get them to these third downs, do anything you can to get that quarterback off the spot, disrupt some of the rhythm in the passing game. And this Lions defense got a first shot to do it.
Out across the 30 he goes. Time now for the Verizon Sideline Report with Erin Andrews.
And Kev, I asked Sean McVay, how do you keep pace in this shootout? And he said, we got to go score right here. Very happy with the fact that they were able to get the 3 points there before halftime. He said it's very complimentary of his quarterback, Matthew Stafford, leading the way. I was going to tell you what they were going to do defensively, but Tom Brady apparently was just listening. And he said, look, we got to settle down defensively. And yes, Tom said it, limit explosive plays. That's the most points and yards allowed in the first half by the Rams defense this season. Tom didn't have that point.
Well, I will say it's easier said than done, Aaron, too, so we'll see if it actually works. bat and a good start as we go downstairs to Tom Rinaldi.
Well, right on cue, KB. Dan Campbell started by saying we knew Puka Nacua would be a handful. We've got to find a way to get more help with him. He also said offensively we have to find a way to get the run game going. Really pleased with the offensive line and the job that they are doing to create time and space for Goff to operate. All that said, he said this game is going to come down to takeaways. Can we create more of them? That's the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, just one of them in the game. That was Aiden Hutchinson's interception. We get the Lions start on the 35 as we take a look at today's next-gen stats powered by AWS.
Yeah, you see the explosiveness by this Lions offense with these in-breakers. That's the post route to St. Brown we've referenced a few times. This is just a deep in cutoff play action. Great timing. Jameson Williams to the inside part of the field, and St. Brown stepping up. Goff finds him in the third window. But that's what you do when you throw the ball across the field. That's where your yards after catch come. Catch it, runner's ball, explode to the perimeter of the field. They're just living on those passes today. Great job on this blaze out concept. Davante Adams at the top of the route, making the Lions defense defend every blade of grass, sideline to sideline, 53 1/3. Now Nacua runs the blaze out and up. And that's the package of plays you're looking for if you're the Rams play caller, Sean McVay. We're going to run the out, we're going to run the out and up. And that out cut also sets up all the in-breakers. Great variety from this offense all day.
Here's Staff, a nice game. Well, what's better than a Saturday? How about a Super Saturday? NFL doubleheader. First, it's the Eagles against the Commanders, and then the Packers take on the Bears for control of the NFC North. Pre-game coverage begins at 4 Eastern on Fox. Should be a big day, and that's going to be fun. We just did the Packers-Bears at Lambeau, and it was epic. Green Bay won that one. You see where they are right now. Chicago blitzed the Browns today. Packers are winning in Denver by 2 right now, so that's going to go down to the wire. But it's those two teams, and of course the Lions still have a shot as well.
Doing.
You know, it's interesting. You know, the Lions were firing on all cylinders. Remember, they had that touchdown with 30 seconds left to Jameson Williams at the half. Well, since then, the Rams have gone on 20-0 unanswered. They've come to life.
They've come to life. It'll be really interesting to see if Coach Campbell sticks with this run game, which I think they need to do because they just don't have enough weapons in the pass game. Yeah, they have St. Brown. Yeah, they have Jameson Williams, but they don't have anybody else. So they're going to have to run it. I know it doesn't feel like that. Down 10 points here as you end of the third quarter is kind of rolling through, but you can't quite give up on it yet.
Lions call a timeout. We got a game break. Let's say hi to Carissa Thompson.
Let's do it, Kev. Niners, Titans, 3rd and goal. Brock Purdy with a little jump pass to George Kittle here in the back of the end zone. Niners leading this one 31-10. Meanwhile, Colts up by 1 on the Seahawks, 13-12 in Seattle. Kev?
Niners continue hot. If the Colts win, Phillip Rivers comes off his couch in 5 years, and they win at Seattle. It's one of the greatest regular season NFL stories ever.
Absolutely, KB. You could never have imagined that. Only in the NFL.
Have it down by 10. Plenty of time to go. A lot of action going on. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson.
You just mentioned those injuries, Kev. This is not what Green Bay fans want to see. Micah Parsons trying to get to Bo Nix, pulls up right here, a non-contact left knee injury. Green Bay saying questionable to return, was able to walk off the field. Later that drive, Bo Nix throws his 4th touchdown of the day. This one to Troy Franklin. Broncos up 27-23 on the Packers.
5 more, and we got another game break with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kev. Seahawks down 1 to Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Jason Myers will kick his 5th field goal of the day to give the Seahawks their first lead of the game, 15-13 at the 2-minute warning. Kev?
Was Phillip Rivers having off the couch 2-minute game-winning drive in him at Seattle?
It would be unbelievably epic. I want to know what he was doing last Sunday is what I want to know.
And not playing the Seahawks D.
No, not going up there and battling it out. Obviously, his relationship with Shane Steichen was super important. Pretty amazing what he's done and put his team in a position to do it anyway.
So thank goodness to that.
That is enormous. Thanks, Aaron. That's a big report on a day that Davante Adams goes down and doesn't look like, you don't want to speculate, but didn't look great with a lingering hamstring injury. So this has been something else, right? I mean, the Rams, we know they play Seattle on Thursday. That's going to determine a lot here. But you could see if they're able to somehow get a 1 seed, how difficult they would be to beat in this place.
Yeah, because you're in this dome and everything is so precise. There's no wind. There's no weather elements. It plays so well to this elite surgical passing game that the Rams have right now. They're utilizing all their tight ends, all their receivers, all their running backs. And this misdirection and the way that Stafford's dealing is just makes it impossible for these defenses to stop.
Yeah, it's been a clinic today, no doubt. And I think got to give credit to this Rams defense, right? They were shredded in the first half, this shootout going, and they've done a masterful job in the second half against the Lions. And well, the Rams doing what they do. They scored a 4 or 5 second half possessions. Matthew Stafford's got 368 yards and 2 touchdowns. And so the Rams, with 4:49 left, up 14.
Yeah, and you got to give. Go. Sorry about that, KB.
Oh no! Let me do this real quick. Next Sunday, Justin Herbert and the Chargers take on the Cowboys, Jags and Broncos. 2 other regional action, local listings for the game in your area on Fox. Go ahead, TV.
No, I was just really impressed at the halftime adjustments by Chris Shula and this defense. They gave up so many big explosive plays there in the first half, and they just locked things down. And they also have not let this run game get going at all for the Lions. Just an impressive performance, certainly in the second half, by this Lions defense, by this Rams defense, excuse me.
Completes. We got a game break. Carissa, what do you got for us?
Oh, man. Colts down 2. Blake Grupe comes out, puts this one through from 60 yards out, you guys. Colts lead by 1 with 42 seconds left. Let's see what Sam Darnold can do. I'll keep you updated.
Oh, my God.
Are you serious? Phillip Rivers and Blake Grupe from 60 in Seattle. It's not inside.
No. Don't tell Sean McVay that right now. He's already intense enough.
Oh, my. Been as busy with that Seattle Indy game, I'm guessing.
Well, here you go. Exactly, Kev. Seahawks down 1. Jason Myers hits his 6th field goal of the day. This one from 56 yards. Phillip Rivers then has a chance to be the hero, you guys. But unfortunately for Phillip, he's intercepted by Kobe Bryant. The Seahawks hang on to win this one 18-16. Kev?
Oh, wow.
What an amazing game. How about the kickers? 60 yards for Indy and then 56 for Seattle to win it. And now this NFC West is so, I mean, it's so good. Seattle, the Rams, and San Francisco can beat everyone and anyone. So the Rams, if they hold on today, they're going to still be in first. They beat Seattle when they played them early in the year, but they play on Thursday, which certainly could be for the #1 overall seed when it's all said and done.
Sure.
The playoff picture as it stands right now, if the Rams win this game, they'll leapfrog and get into the #1 seed momentarily. They play Seattle Thursday. That's a monster game. The Packers are losing in Denver as we speak. A lot of time to go in that game. And, boy, the lot can change, right? The Niners keep winning that playoff, but the NFC is so good. Here's the deal here. The Lions get a stop. They got 1 timeout. They get it back with about 25 seconds left.
Yeah, not enough time. Ref's got to touch it, and that's it.
Touch one, and that'll do it. And so the Rams come back from behind in this one. A great second half. And they beat the Lions to move to 11-3 on the year. And with it, they clinch a playoff berth.
What a slugfest between 2 quarterbacks who really admire each other. Goff, Stafford, McVay, another incredible season by him. This offense can't be stopped.
Sean McVay and the Rams keep on winning, and now a monumental task comes up Thursday against Seattle. But tonight, they stay in first place in the NFC and clinch a playoff berth. 41-34 your final. The OT presented by Ford comes your way next.